Hey there YouTube, it's Combat Ninja 23 here. Just doing well, I hope it's a quick video on my new setup. So I got my LS2 helmet and my new Hawk X1 Bluetooth headset. So I just got my new bike, Gixxer 750, white and black with red rims. So I wasn't quite sure what color combination I was going to go with. I got the white, black, and red helmet here. And I had seen the white Hawk X1 online, but I decided to go with the red one, which would have been really cool if it was right here. But I've already opened this to kind of go through and make sure everything showed up in this box, so it's not right up top. There's a bunch of goodies that actually come in this box, and then it's got very simple instructions, what each button is, the diagram, and then kind of an easy 5-step process. Now it does come with its own adhesives, double-sided tape, and some Velcro, but I prefer to just use my own, and I'll get to why in a little bit. Well, basically, the double-sided tape is very thin that it comes with, and the contour lines on the side of my helmet, they're thicker than what I need. So I'll pause the video and we'll get the pieces out. Okay, so here we are. This is my red and black Hawk X1. So this is my Bluetooth headset, and when you open yours, if you choose to go with this, it won't actually all be together. This is the back panel. This is where you're actually going to stick the double-sided adhesive tape. And there's a little lever here to unlatch the Bluetooth device itself. You can pull it out and remove it. I won't do that right. Well, I guess I can do that real quick. You just slide it up. And it removes from the backing here. This is also where, behind this little port, you'll plug in the charger. It's pretty cool. So it's not too big. This is the device separate. So this will actually lock in as long as the double-sided tape is good. Now I'm wanting to mount this here on the side, the right side of my helmet. And I don't think you'll be able to see on the video, but there's a little gap between the contour line there. And the double-sided adhesive tape, there we go, that comes with this isn't thick enough to fill the space here, and it's because of these pads they have on either end. So I'm going to use my double-sided tape. I cut a little piece out just to show the thickness. It's a lot thicker, and I think it's going to fill that gap a lot better. So we're going to go ahead and stick the double-sided tape to the back here and get it mounted in the right position and come right back. Real quick, something that's important to note. You see a little indent at the top here? When you put the device in, you're actually going to have to press it down and move a lever over. So if you stick, like this double-sided tape from 3M is too wide, it's actually going to block that lever from going in and latching, which we don't want. So this rectangle is really the diagram for the size of adhesive tape you need. So you should measure that out first. This was just a dummy piece. This wasn't my actual measurement, but you'd want to measure that out first for the full length, and then also for the width. You don't want to go too high. You want to stay right in line. So we're going to go ahead and cut the correct piece and come right back. Okay, we've got our double-sided tape here. Now this is the normal way it should go on. However, for me, I'm going to flip it upside down so that I can run any cables coming out the back, around, and inside. And I prefer to have the orientation of the Bluetooth this direction. So I've got the actual talk and answering switch as the one big button here. If I set it up this way, then it feels backwards to me. It's probably meant to be mounted on the left side of your helmet, but that's where I plan to put the GoPro. So for now, we're just going to go ahead and put it upside down. So we're going to find the best spot I found when I measured it out. It was right here. Now, we're gonna apply pressure. I don't have any fancy clips, but we're gonna hold pressure on here for a while. For the GoPro mounts and those kinds of things, it does say to leave the pressure for 24 hours. Okay, so we've got this mounted on the side of the helmet here, where it'll be out of the way of everything. And now the next step is just to run the cables and the two speakers through the helmet and place them where you're going to feel most comfortable. You know, right on behind the pads where you're going to hear best. So these two speakers that come on the back on the base here, these are just for listening, right? So your music will go through here, or your call audio and everything will go through here. It comes with a separate microphone that you'll speak through, and you'll have to attach as well. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the inside of the helmet. One of the speakers is on a really short, maybe 7-inch cord. The second speaker has a much longer range, and that's going to wrap around the helmet to the opposite ear. Or it'll go all the way up and through the helmet this way to the other side if there's enough. Probably the easiest thing is going to run it just around to the other side. Okay, so I don't know if you're going to be able to see where I put the first speaker. It's right on the inside. Yeah, it's really dark. This cheek pad just pops off. And if you look inside your helmet, there's usually a little indent there with usually some mesh holes. Kind of look like it's meant for your cheek to breathe. Maybe I can get this opposite side in the light right there on the left. So on the right side of the helmet there, I put it in. Now it's just hanging in there free form. I don't know if that's going to work out or if I'll need to get some double-sided tape or some dual lock and put it in there once I know exactly where I want it. So you could put the first speaker in, put the helmet on your head and see how it feels. So when I first put it in, I placed the helmet on my head and it felt like the speaker was above my ear on my temple, so I kind of scooted it down a little bit, put the helmet on again. It feels perfect. Now I can hold it in place while I pop off this cheek pad, and I can tape it down and make sure it stays right there, or I think it's in a pocket where it may actually stay for now. So I can just leave it, and that just leaves the last speaker, which will need to be ran preferably all the way around to the other side. I think that's going to be the easiest, hiding the wire. So what I would do is take the speaker, go straight to the other side, pull the cheek pad down, place the speaker, close it up, and then take all the excess wire and start running it through afterwards. If you run it through before, you may not get to where you need to go. Or I could be wrong. We'll see what happens. Okay, so final view. This is where we're at. We have the Hawk X1. There you go. And the speakers run from the mount itself down. I went ahead and attached the unit. Even though it's upside down, it's okay. It's how I prefer it. And I can just reach up while I'm driving and volume up, volume down, talk, etc. So this is how I chose to run the wires for now. Just to give it a dry run for a couple of rides and see how I'm hearing, if I need to move the speakers or if a different wire placement's best. The short speaker goes straight down to the right ear. The long speaker, I decided instead of going through the head, or excuse me, through the inside and removing all of the cushions, I just went all around this outside rim, and it actually is really clean. You can't see the wire except for a little bit here. I'm going to push it back in, but that's it. You don't see it again until it comes out. Then it goes inside, and it's tucked right underneath this cheek pad. Now, when I put my helmet on again, it still felt like they were both a little too high, which means they've shifted a little bit. So I probably do want to figure out the perfect placement here, maybe exactly where my ears sit when I have the helmet on, and then either hold a finger there or maybe a marker, remove the cheek pads and put a mark there and then tape down those speakers. So I'm hoping it's not an issue that the speakers are too thick and that they're just going to feel uncomfortable. I don't think that's the case, so we're going to try on the helmet, and then I'll stop the video because I'm using my phone to record, and I want to turn this on and stream some music from my phone and see how it sits right now.